folks, it's been a while, but the three guys from Pittsboro having lunch are back. Greg, Eric.
How long has it been?
It's been about a month.
Well, that's what it should be.
No, it should be twice a month.
We don't want over market saturation.
We're not over marketing. Every couple of weeks should be good. I actually had somebody asked about it yesterday at the Pittsboro Business Roundtable. They're like, "When are you doing the next one?" I go, "We're doing it tomorrow."
Yeah. I don't want to talk about what I was asked about.
What were you asked about?
I was getting a procedure at UNC with a hospital gown that does not tie in the back, if you catch my drift.
All right, so you weren't twerking or anything, were you?
Not twerking. So, and as I'm about to get my injection to put
Probed. You're about to be probed.
as I was getting the injection to put me to sleep, they're like, "Oh, this is the three guys from Pittsboro." Da-da-da."
Are you serious?
Yes, and I want. This is the time in my life where I really want some anonymity. I said to her, I went, "I want to go home now."
High pitched, I want to go
Oh
home.
my God!
I want
high
to go
pitch.
home.
All right, so wait a minute. What are you having? You have a regular every time. What are you having?
2 slices, pepperoni and garlic, and then the house salad with blue cheese dressing. And the
The house salad is great.
and the Captain's wafers in the little packages, because Captain's wafers are the best of the crackers.
Yeah. And what are you having?
I'm having salad with ranch. This is the best ranch in all of Chatham County. I will say that. Remember I said before we're not allowed to say something's the best, but they have the best.
The challenge is now out. The best ranch.
My
in Chatham
kids
County.
said this is the best ranch in Chatham County.
Oh, now you're blaming your kids.
No, I agree with them. But and then I usually
I still can't believe somebody recognized you at UNC while. It must be those butt cheeks.
yeah thanks.
All right, what did you say also is good? The chicken sandwich?
Chicken deluxe sandwich is really good.
All right.
Lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and mayo. No ham.
That's
Are we
probably
ready
the
to
best
water?
one, yeah.
And your name is?
Christine.
Okay, and that's our server for today. All right, do you guys want to start?
All right, I'll have 2 slices, pepperoni and garlic, and salad with ranch dressing.
Everything on your salads?
Yes, ma'am.
Tomatoes, cucumber, cheese.
No tomatoes.
Well, that's not everything.
That's why I reconsidered and went without tomatoes.
All right.
If it was July, I'd have tomatoes. But we're out of
A
season now.
salad with ranch with everything.
Side salad.
Side salad with ranch. And chicken deluxe with everything, but the smaller one, not the big one.
Oh, so you're having a
and
chicken.
potato chips.
So you're having the chicken deluxe.
Oh yeah,
All
got
right, well
to.
then I got to try something different.
Stromboli is great here.
Everything is good.
Everything is good here.
They pay you to say that.
No.
Stromboli, get a stromboli.
Stromboli. Yeah, I'll have a stromboli.
Okay.
You have to say what sauce you want.
Oh, what sauce? All right.
What kind?
Now, let me ask you a question. Which one do you like? This is ham and pepperoni. This is sausage roll with sausage, green peppers, and onion.
That's the best one.
Veggie, all kind of veggies, green peppers.
No, I'm not a veggie person.
Steak or chicken stromboli.
All right.
Or steak or chicken stromboli special. Special means with green peppers, mushroom salad.
All right. Which one did you recommend?
Sausage.
Sausage. I'll take the sausage and
You have to
the
tell her what kind of sauce.
small. What are my sauces? What do you recommend?
Marinara.
Marinara. There you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What's the difference between a stromboli and a calzone?
What's the
The
difference?
ricotta cheese.
Oh, ricotta cheese.
Only on calzone.
Yep.
There you go. Now you know.
That's why calzone is superior.
Yep.
Oh, great. I
But
got the
in
wrong
New York,
one.
someone will call you a calzone. Somebody won't call you a stromboli.
I don't
Like
know
you're
what
being
that
a
means.
you're being a calzone,
right.
or he's my calzone. But
Okay.
you don't say he's my stromboli
Yeah, just don't do this when you're talking in Italian.
or this.
Yeah, or that.
Isn't like calzone underwear or something? What the hell?
No, I think that's Calvin Klein. Oh, great.
look
Now
it
it's gonna look it up.
We don't need to be looking up on
Did you
the-
guys like take head starts on this no shave November?
I never shave until my wife makes me.
All right. Well, Eric says he got this growth from just 2 days.
It
I didn't
means
say 2 days, but it's not you know me, you've seen me and everything. It's just not more than a week.
It means socks.
Oh, socks.
Yes.
I don't eat socks.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So,
this is not totally-
so in New York, they'll call you a sock.
No, they don't. They call you worse things than that.
Yeah.
All right.
Plus, it's multicultural, so you can get cussed out in multiple languages.
Yeah, I know lots of different words in Italian.
All right. Well, what's exciting news in Pittsboro?
We have an agenda.
We do? Did you bring an agenda?
Yeah.
All right, what's the agenda?
Well, I think we would be remiss. I think we should not step on any landmines because it's a volatile situation if this is all possible. But like, we're usually not political. I think we should at least talk about. Let's not talk about sides, but let's talk about the election. We should talk about the election.
Have you voted already?
No, I don't believe in. See, that's one thing I'd like to talk about. I don't believe in early voting.
Okay.
I believe something could happen up until the day of.
My wife totally doesn't believe in early voting. I do.
I don't even think we should have. I mean, extenuating circumstances. If you're not able to get to a voting center, then I think you should be able to be helped out. But early voting as a concept, I'm not
I'm okay
for.
with it, except it's too long. There's no reason it needs to be 2 weeks, because if you're an independent candidate, you're at a disadvantage against the machine.
How do you feel about mail-in voting with no postmark and no signature? How do you feel about that?
Again, we would try to keep it not political.
How is that?
Man, that isn't political. That's
That's
just,
not political.
that's just a means to cheating.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I think we need to protect our voting for sure.
So
And-
no signature, no postmark.
Well, some
Should
states-
it be accepted or not?
I don't know what North Carolina does. A lot of states do 2 notaries. What do we have to do?
I don't know.
I
voted
you see how many
person.
people they said a copy of your driver's license? It's like hundreds and thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but hundreds or thousands of people have been putting their driver's license in the envelope and sending
Yeah.
it. Well, Americans are so stupid.
Well, maybe those people shouldn't be voting. Oh my gosh, I didn't say that.
They should be, but a copy of your driver's license. Here you go.
Well, they can't be voting twice. Is the point?
They
can
will
only
not vote twice. You know
but
that
you get
person
pulled
will
over.
be-
You get pulled over by an officer. What are you going to tell
You're
him?
gonna tell them, hey, you're not gonna believe this.
You got to check. You got to check with Pandora over the election office.
Yeah.
but
How do we feel about the coverage? And again, let's not make it political. How
What
do we feel
coverage?
about the media, the media coverage of the election?
You're just trying to start a fight.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to get you to toe a line here.
What line?
Well, is it too much coverage? Do you feel as though it's
You
biased?
can't rely on just one source, no matter what source.
Well,
And that's how our whole world is now, isn't it?
Not
Like
necessarily.
what do you consider a trustworthy source? Like,
there is
you can't say MSNBC, CNN, or Fox are trustworthy anymore.
No.
I mean, they all have an agenda, right?
Yeah, but if you know what the agenda is, then you can listen to watch all 3, or you can just stop watching so much.
But like
TV.
the
don't
truth
think
isn't
you-
always. I used to think the truth was in the middle, but the truth's not.
no.
It's so
It's
slanted.
100% not. But I think you can't trust any news outlet. You can trust individual news people. So
Can you trust Elon Musk?
Sure.
I mean, you
Oh,
can
come
trust
on.
Elon. What has he said you believe to be false?
Well, I mean, he's made it known that he has a bias.
Right.
Yeah.
But what has he said?
Is he
that-
paying people to vote?
No. No.
you can
You
register
have a
to win it.
chance.
You can
You have a
register
chance.
to $1 million
But,
bucks.
but it's not on voting.
You have a chance of winning $1 million if you vote.
It's not conditional on voting.
It's yeah, you have to register, I think, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Did you ever win something from Coca-Cola when you didn't actually buy the Coca-Cola?
I actually, when I was a kid,
Very cool.
I won a trip from McDonald's for our family to Newport News, Virginia.
Was it a Monopoly game?
No, it was something else at the McDonald's in Chapel Hill. And I was so excited. We went and stayed at this hotel and had a dinner, but my dad came back, and secretly I would find out years later it was,
He paid
why
for the
would
trip.
anyone go to Newport News, Virginia on purpose?
No, the other way.
Oh, the other
Oh,
way.
my God.
That's okay.
You're dyslexic, aren't you?
Hand me the pepper, please, and the Parmesan.
Oh, would you
Now-
like to deodorize
now, wait,
before?
are you looking at this plate full of Captain's wafers?
Oh, is
Those
that
things
what
are awesome.
And this is the and is this where we can cut off, or you guys? can eat?
Which one's the blue cheese and which one's the ranch?
No, I asked for ranch on mine too, just so I could be like.
Oh, all right, cool.
He wants to be like you when he grows up. Yeah, don't put the cap back on secure. No, don't do that.
Are we still talking about the election?
Yeah, we might as well. You guys can once the main meal comes out, we'll take a break.
I'm gonna get ranch on my face.
Isn't this what you wanted, right?
Yep. Do we think?
I don't have a problem with Elon Musk. I think he's a visionary. So, and we were talking about electric vehicles the last time. Greg wants to drive an electric car that can go from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds.
I mean,
Would you
I
want?
have
Would
no-
you want an electric tractor?
Probably not.
battery only? No. Would I take a tractor that was a hybrid in a heartbeat?
Are you? I think we talked about this before. I don't want to repeat, but are you all electric steel now? There's no way you're going to be electric chainsaw.
Well,
Actually, yes, you
I
can
have-
be electric chainsaw.
Well,
You can be,
but
if you
the
want to
small
call
one,
one
yeah.
brand.
yeah, I have an electric chainsaw that I use if the limb falls out of the tree.
Right.
Right.
When I'm cutting firewood, because we heat with wood at
A
home,
butter knife.
you gotta have a
Right.
22-inch steel.
Or if you've got a leaf blower, I got an electric one and a gas one. The electric one's been fine for the last few days, but in the next few days, I'm definitely going with the gas one. Except they don't have, they're out of mix at Lowe's right now. I went there last night.
Wait,
Yes, I do buy the
you
mix.
buy the $22 a gallon pre-mixed gas in a can.
Yeah.
Turn in your man card.
Right.
Turn
Even I
in
agree
your
with
man
that.
card. You're out.
You have to go to a real gas station, get non-ethanol,
Right.
high octane.
That's what I put in my lawnmower.
Right.
Well, that's what you put in your and you mix your own 2-cycle. You do not have somebody do it for you.
Okay.
You do lose a man card.
Well, folks, this may be the last 3 guys from Pittsboro having lunch episode.
Oh man. I mean, to find out if you're a man, there's one way in Chatham County.
Oh yeah.
Now, is this legal?
No, but we both lost in this.
Yeah.
When you and I both lost.
You go to the Gun Springs garage.
Whether or not they'll help you.
Wow. Why is that?
That's not politically correct. We cannot talk about this.
Well, first of all,
We used to say before Greg and I really knew each other well, we used to talk stuff about each other.
You can say shit.
Okay, stuff
we
about
still
each
do.
other.
Just don't drop don't drop that bomb.
But we used to talk junk about each other, and I would go in there and I'd say, "Come on, Greg is like the least masculine person, you know." Da da da. And they'd go, "Oh, da 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 da," and then he'd go in there and say, "Come on, Eric Andrews, da da da." And so it went back and forth. So we were making fun of each other through Kids Garage.
Well, it's nice that you guys have settled your differences, because if there were
Yeah.
2 women, it would still be continuing.
No.
oh, someone's going to hell.
Right? Yeah.
Actually, I was talking to a female about that this morning. She was
A
talking,
real live female?
Yeah, a real life female. Although my wife doesn't let me date other women. She had mentioned that she found out back in high school when she was a sophomore and her brother was a senior, that he got a hold of one of her friends. And then she found out the only reason her friend wanted to be friends with her is so she could get to her brother.
He's going to be in so much trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, like, tell me that never happened to anybody.
No, you're going to be in so much trouble.
Moving on. That's why we have an agenda.
Right. What's next?
So,
I don't think we're done talking about the election. Well, when do you think? When do you think we'll find out the results? Answer.
depends what state.
Well,
And I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the riots
I
afterwards.
meant United States. You really think there's gonna be riots?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Won't be everywhere.
Uh-huh.
I think Chatham County is going to be safe. I don't think
Yeah.
Sheriff Robertson put up
Right.
with it.
But like,
Unless you send all the guys over to the garage.
what are we talking about? Like Seattle, Los Angeles,
Yeah,
San
probably the
Francisco,
standard place where they rent them out.
Chicago.
Possible.
Well, problem is
DC?
nobody trusts anybody anymore.
That's true.
I mean,
That's true.
Except the 3 guys from Pittsboro having lunch.
I mean, Al Gore said the elections were a fraud and he'd been cheated, and Hillary said they were a fraud and she had been cheated, and then Trump says they were a fraud and he'd been cheated, and I've been listening to that forever. And the problem is, slowly but surely,
My clients are always asking, Eric, what do you think will happen to real estate afterwards? Da, da, da. I was like, no matter what happens, half the country's going to be upset.
Right.
I mean, doesn't matter. Either way it goes, half the people are going to be very, very upset.
Well, the interesting thing is you got so many people moving to unaffiliated on their registrations because they don't want to mess with it.
Right.
Although if you're unaffiliated, you get the junk political mail from both sides.
well,
But presidential candidates used to be of the extreme position of their party, and then they would vacillate away from that toward election and go toward the middle to get those
Right.
independent. But now nobody does. It's like they so don't want to disrupt their base that they go even harder now, and so it seems it's even more extreme, doesn't it? But that middle independent is forgotten, I think. What do you think, Greg?
He's got to
I
finish
think I
eating.
got to finish chewing. When we were young, back a long time ago,
Pre-iPhone times.
you could do targeted advertising.
Right.
And I worked on some campaigns in the early 80s, and you'd have one set of advertising for country music fans, and you'd have one set of advertising for rock and roll fans, and one for white communities, one for black communities, one for, every niche that there was. And you would put all that advertising out there, yet it never cross-pollinated. And you could say outrageous things to your base and very moderate things to the general public, and they would never find out.
Right.
Well, now you can't do that, because if you put it out there, it's going out, and the other side, whoever the other side, or even the same side in your party that you oppose, is gonna see it. And so it becomes ever more polarized.
All right, here comes our.
Very fast, very fast.
This,
That's
oh,
mine.
that's yours. Okay.
That's about a meat.
All right. Here's mine.
Thank you so much.
All
Thank
right.
you.
This is where we're gonna do a cut because it's really disgusting when you eat, so people don't want to see it.
Me in particular.
You in particular. All right.
And yours.
Thank you.
you.